morning. Welcome back to the homestead. It's a beautiful morning. Already starting to get a little warm, but it should be a good day. Well, I'm finally going to get on the roof of this cottage behind me. Putting it off as long as I could, I guess. Not intentionally, but that's just the way things work out around here. Anyway, first thing I need to do, of course, is gather up my stuff. After I gather my stuff up, I need to get the tarp that I have on the roof off. I also need to go get the materials that are out on the material pile out there under tarps. So we have a lot to do just to get started. There you go. And not an early start today. Meandering around, doing nothing. I guess we'll get on to it. But thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Alright, I got sidetracked once again. Like I often do. There's nails in these things here, and I want to put them in the wood pile, but I don't really want to put them in the wood pile with the nails in them. So I'm going to try to get some of them out before I go work on the roof. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. The pieces are too small. That's good enough. Nobody should get hurt on them. I'm going to go throw them in the wood pile. It's going to wind up being kindling for something anyway. We'll just pick the nails up after the wood burns off. There you go. I'm going to go throw these away and then get back to what I really need to do, which is the roof. Alright, I've gathered up all my stuff, got my tools, I got my tape measure, I think. Yep, tape measure. And we're going to go out to that wood pile behind me there, and got the directions so I know exactly what wood to gather up. Then get started. So let's do it. Okay, well, we had to dig for them, but I found the two I needed. I was wondering, because the other two, they were supposed to be 32 5/8 by 75 1/4. The first two pieces I found were 33 3/8. I thought that's not right, but I didn't see them anywhere. So when I went to the other side, they were butted up on that edge. So there you go. I found them. Take them over there. Alright, we'll see if I can get that tarp off. Since I knew it was going to be a long time before I got back to this roof, I put a couple of braces up on to brace the front overhang and gable wall on both sides. You can see it up there. It runs this way. I need to take that off. It's in the way of putting the roof sheeting on. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to take a ladder inside. I think I've got it screwed in. I'm pretty sure I have it screwed in. So I'll unscrew that and then get ready to put the sheeting up there. Okay, this next piece I put on is 27.5 by 96. It'll go on the bottom edge of this piece next to the one I just put up. That will be the bottom piece, and then after that I'll lay a 4x8 sheet up on top in the hole. Providing everything lines up, I'll put this up there. I'm going to put a couple of nails in the fascia up this way so that I can set the board up. Since I'm doing it by myself, I can set the board up there and let it come down. Then I will get it squared away before I nail the four corners. Looking pretty good, at least on the bottom. I'll have to take that other brace off the top so I can pull it in a little bit before I nail that top corner. All right, I gotta go inside now. All right, time to see if I can lift that 4x8 sheet up there by myself. I probably can. We'll see. Alright, now I have to go to the inside and I have to nail off the rafters from the inside. I'll also have to measure them and make sure they're exactly 24 inches on center before I nail them off. Starting at that end, working my way this way. Okay, because of some bad cuts on the siding, I'm assuming that's what it is. They're both the same. The siding on the dormer walls that goes this way does not match perfectly the pitch of the dormer roof. So before I can actually finish or even start on the dormer roof, I need to trim that wood. Also, one of the pieces of the gable wall on this side is up about this far too from the truss. The trusses are right. The trusses can only be put together one way, so either there's an error with the truss itself. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'll get my what is that thing? I'll get my Sawzall and get up there because it doesn't have to be really pretty. It's not like it's going to show with a roof on top of it. So anyway, I'm going to get up there and knock those down and then we can keep going. So far though, everything's coming along pretty good. Okay, that's this side. It's on, done, nailed off, ready to fly. I'm gonna have to do a little trimming, but that's okay. Seems like I always do. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break and then start on the other side. If you have directions, read them. If you have blueprints, read them. Measure, read. Make sure you're putting the right pre-cut piece of wood up. I didn't do that. I made a mistake. The last piece of sheeting I put on and completely nailed down is too wide. I was wondering why it hung over about, I don't know, 5/8 of an inch on the one edge. The top edge, that didn't make any sense, matter to me at all, because it was fluid in its movement. It was only attached at the bottom, so I just assumed that I'd gotten something completely out of scale and out of square, but I didn't, as it turns out. There's two different sizes of sheeting that you put up on the end. One is for the dormer side, one is for the gable side. So the piece I put on the gable side was about 5/8 of an inch too long, because the one that was supposed to go there is the smaller one. Now I can't just use the smaller one on the dormer side because it'll leave a big gap. So I'm going to have to go up with my Sawzall and try and slide it underneath in between the sheeting and the 2x4s, the trusses, and cut the nails so that I can take that piece off so I can use it where it needs to go and not where it is, and then install the correct piece. I just wasn't paying enough attention. I didn't measure and look at the blueprints well. So, my mistake, my extra work. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I think from the outside, or maybe from the inside, I'm not sure, I'm going to start cutting nails so that I can take that sheeting off and put the correct one on. Also, in doing so, it will pull the outside gable, which is a little bit canted outward because I made it go there to match the end, the flush end of the sheeting. It'll pull it up straight and vertical like it's supposed to. You can't really see it with your eye. You can if you know it's there and you look at it hard enough, you can see it. But if you were just walking by, you wouldn't notice. I mean, unless you just stood there and stared at it. Nobody does that, except the person that put it together, built it, whatever. That would be me. Years ago, we bought our first house, and when we walked in to do the walk around, the superintendent was with me for that walk around. We walked through the front door. He looked at the little partial wall, which was actually the closet, the entryway closet. The door was on the side, not facing it. It was just a wall part. And he started cussing. And I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "Come here." And he walked me around the other side. And you could see that they had that wall canted about 3 inches off. Well, he saw it as soon as he walked in. Carpet had already been laid, all of that. And he went over and got a sledgehammer and blasted the bottom edge of the wall, knocked it back into the place it was supposed to be, and called the subcontractor and said, "You get to fix this, all of it, and you get to pay for all of it that it takes to fix it, the carpet, the sheetrock, everything." Anyway, they fixed it. That is probably the biggest reason I can't just let this go and fake it. So it shouldn't take me too awfully long to get the nails cut and get the sheeting down. Provided I don't damage it, it should be just fine to use where it's supposed to be used. So that's what we're going to do now.